So you may notice that I am outside today. That is because I spent so much time thinking about where I should film that I burned a lot of my daylight away. I overthought where I was going to be doing this, so I'm just going to do it. Since Christmas Eve fell on a Wednesday, I thought it would be a unique opportunity to make a video about Christmas, and Paige wasn't going to do it because she couldn't care less about Christmas. So today I'm going to be talking about different Christmas traditions around the world because I figured, like, we've got weird stuff, so the rest of the world also has weird things, and most likely very, very interesting things. First up is the UK. So there are these things called Christmas crackers. They're these tubes of cardboard, right? And so there are two ends, and people pull on each end, and out pops like a small toy, like a plastic toy or a paper hat or something. In the third Harry Potter book, they're all at Hogwarts celebrating Christmas, and Dumbledore's like, crackers! And I never knew what that meant, and now I do. Iceland has this super cool tradition. This is actually the one that made me initially interested to research other traditions. Iceland publishes more books per person than any other country in the world, which is really awesome. On Christmas Eve, you give books to people, and then they stay up the rest of the night reading. And I think that's super cool. I want to do that. There's this Ukrainian legend about a widow and her kids, and they were super poor, and so they couldn't afford to decorate their tree, and the spiders that lived in their house were like, oh no, they're so nice, and that's so sad. We should decorate the tree. So what happened is that, come Christmas morning, the spiders had decorated the tree with webs and stuff, and it was super pretty and it was awesome. And so people in the Ukraine usually decorate their trees with fake spider webs and spider themed ornaments. I have got to move inside. It's cold. I can't feel my fingers. So people in Canada do this thing called mummering, which is a really cool word. People put on costumes and they go to their friends' houses or their neighbors' houses, and they come inside and the neighbors or friends try to guess the identity of the person wearing the costume. And when they do, if they get it right, I don't know. I actually don't know what happens if they get it right. So there aren't a lot of Christians in Japan, so not a ton of people celebrate Christmas in the religious sense. There is this tradition of getting Kentucky Fried Chicken from KFC specifically, which dates back to the 1970s when KFC did this marketing campaign, and it was so successful that people now still will pre-order their KFC chicken 2 months in advance for their Christmas holiday. And in the US, we have SantaCon, which is exactly what it sounds like. A bunch of people get together and they dress up as Santa Claus and they do things together. Notably a bar crawl? Sorry that this video is so shaky and so different than the other ones. Practice makes perfect. I need to get better at making these kind of videos. And I had fun doing it. Yeah. Me and Santa, dressed like Gandalf, want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you next week. I love cookies. This is off topic.